Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. So, this is going to be episode 1 or part 1 of beginning watercolor and the journey into watercolors. So, I'd like to start out first and foremost by thanking everybody for subscribing and watching my videos over the last 7 months. I've been painting for almost 2 years. Okay, so let's get with it. I'd like to say this in regards to watercolor painting. There are a lot of number of things that some of us go through. I do this as a hobby, and in my experiences so far, I've often thought it's my hobby and I love doing this. It greatly helps me out with stress, and it's my time, personal time, to relax and just to kind of chill out. It's a very healthy way of relaxing and having your own personal time, and at the same time it's you're creating things. Now I do want to let you know this, okay? It can be stressful if you're like I am, an overthinker, where everything's gotta be perfect, and so some of the takebacks I've learned, and I still deal with it, is when you come to sit down to watercolor, when you sit down with your paper and your brushes and your colors, I think a good way of looking at it, if you're a beginner, is to remember that whatever you're gonna paint is not gonna be perfect. Okay, so we're not looking for perfection. Never. Okay. And I want to let you know too that if you set high standards for yourself, then you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Okay. I think a good way, and this is my view from when I walk in and I just start painting, is I know that when I sit down to paint, I know that I'm not going to be completely happy with it. So knowing that right off the bat, like right when I sit down and I remind myself this, helps me a lot without, so that my frustrations kind of ease as I'm going through my painting process. Now, in every painting, there's always something that I'm not happy about. But it's all about the process. It's all about getting up and painting. No matter what you're painting, and what art form, what medium you're painting in. Okay. Watercolor is, it absorbs very quickly, the water does. And the dry time, sometimes you got to catch it very quick if you want to fix things. It all depends, but I don't want to go there right now. And, here's another thing. Are you doing this for a hobby? For a new hobby? Or are you doing this to put your artwork out? What are you doing this? What are your intentions? Okay. Are you an artist? Ask yourself, if you're painting watercolors and you're new, or you've been doing it for years and it never leaves your house, are you an artist or is it a hobby for you? Now, I say it's a hobby for me, right? But then during the last 8 months or so, almost 7 months now, with this channel, I've been kind of fighting that idea because it is a hobby for me. At the same time, I am an artist. I'm an artist. And there's no shame in calling yourself an artist if you're, doing it as a hobby, right? Professional? No. To me, professional is when you're going out and you're selling your art. And, it's so subjective. Painting is subjective. You'll have one person saying they love it, and you'll have another person say, you should do this. Try this. Do it that way. And when a person starts telling you what to paint, and they start telling you how to paint, they become the painter. So if you start really listening to all of these, this feedback about you're supposed to paint it this way, and you need to do it this way, or why don't you paint this? I want to see you paint that. Then you become what the person who's saying that is. They actually become the artist, and you're just putting it out for them. You might as well be doing a commission, right? Anyways, so I wanna. This is gonna be part one of a part 4 series. I'll be putting out once a week and discussing in regards to watercolor painting. And here we are. This is the first week of 2024. And I want to just share some thoughts with you. Now, I believe that it's really a good idea to follow all kinds of painters. I do. And I want to share my experiences with you. Okay, if you feel like you're in a rut, it varies, depending on who you are. Sometimes you might want to step away for a couple days or a week, depending on your schedule, okay? Now, if you feel like you've really come to a point to where you paint like some of your influences. For example, for me, I have a few influences that really helped me, and I found myself painting in those styles a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you learn. That is exactly how you learn. I'm not schooled or nothing. And again, I do this for for stress, to cope with anxiety and depression. Okay. Now, what I found out was when I would skip, a week or two and 3 without painting, sometimes I would come back and I would feel like there's no progress. Okay, now you're gonna get those feelings like I'm not progressing at all. And save your paintings, save all of your paintings, because you'll be able to come back and look at your paintings and see how you've progressed in time. Now, we all are our own worst critics. That's just a fact, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Another thing is, if you want to paint like somebody, and I'm like that. I want to paint like that person. I want to paint like this person. There's nothing wrong with that. Just remember that you're not going to be that person, and if you come close to doing that, and you feel satisfied and you feel pretty good about yourself, there's nothing wrong with that either. I've seen some posts about plagiarism, about people copying other artists. Okay, now I haven't personally seen any of that. As far as like painting what other artists are painting and doing the exact same thing, like really close. To me, I don't see that at all. To me, that's kind of if anyone says that, I think those are naysayers. And I tell you why. Because if you are painting like somebody, say Bob Ross or, Ron Ranson or whatever, and you put out a video and it looks like a Bob Ross or a Ron Ranson video, you got to remember Bob Ross didn't learn that all by himself, and neither did Ron Ranson. Let's be real here. Watercolor goes back for many, many, many years, okay? So don't let that throw you to the side. Now, as far as finding your own style, if you're an artist, like for me, eventually I want to become, I'd like to sell some of my artwork one day. I'd like to try it out or give it away anyways. But the thing about it is finding myself, I'm in the middle of that. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever find my true self, my style, I mean. But every time I paint, it is me. It is me. I'm choosing the colors, and I'm, hit and miss on everything, and I'm learning. And the whole learning experience is good. And like I said, you'll have these ups and downs, and you'll have all these negative thoughts. But let me remind you, before you sit down, know that there's going to be something in a painting you're not going to be exactly happy with. And just know it. And when you sit down to paint, then you'll be more comfortable and loosen up a little bit about it. Just remember, it's all about the process. It's all about just doing it. And some people listen to music when they paint. I personally just like it quiet, very quiet. I like to hear the paintbrush. I like to hear the scraping, and I like to hear the thumping. And I like to, I like to explore with the colors and stuff. And yeah, like in this video, you could see it's coming out a little muddy here, and this and that. But it's all about the process. Now, I'm not one who I don't paint reference photos, and I found myself in the beginning watching videos almost 2 years ago and trying to paint along with videos. And to me, just personally, that was the most hardest thing I ever tried to do, most time consuming, and it was such a letdown. Okay, so, but I want to thank you this is only going to be part 1, and every week I'll be sending out a new video with advice, and you can leave questions in the comments below. And if you enjoy my videos, and if you're new, please hit subscribe. I don't make no money off these. I'm not sponsored by nobody. Hit subscribe and like, and I hope that you can join me next week. And hopefully, I'm thinking maybe Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, all throughout January into February, I'll be doing this. And I'll be talking with you and sharing my thoughts. These are my personal thoughts and my views. And, I want to wish you a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this. And just relax and find some good time, quality time, and it's your time. Thank you very much. Sincerely yours, John.